This, ladies and gentlemen, is the gorgeous R1250R. I think the unknown and overlooked sports naked within the BMW range. Today I'm in the south of Spain. I'm down near Alicante. It's beginning of March, it's 20 degrees, the sun is shining, and we've got some fantastic Spanish roads to enjoy on this bike. Now, as I say, I think this bike is a little bit overlooked within the BMW range, because if you want a naked machine with this boxer engine, you may go for the R9T. You may go for that more of a classic look. If you want a really sporty BMW naked, you'll probably go for the S1000R. But what if you want a really sporty naked with the boxer engine in it, but with all the tech on it, electronic suspension, TFT, all of the top of the line equipment? Well, this is the bike for you, and this could be, as I say, one of the most overlooked bikes within the BMW range. So I'm going to take this out on these beautiful, warm, sunny Spanish twisties and report back and let you know what I think of this bike. So if that sounds of interest, grab yourself a cup of something warm and Jopsy, roll the intro. So here we are in sunny Spain. Sunny Spain. We've got username Kate, got Tim Rhodes, we've got Motor Bob, we've got some other fellows and lasses as well. Let's not forget English Biker Dan over there. And basically we're here to ride the latest R1250R, the naked version. Where's my bike? This is mine. A lovely grey colour, different headlight for this year, using the GS engine, you know, that boxer twin, but in a more sporty bike than the R9T. The R9T has the sort of air-cooled engine, doesn't it? This has the full 136 horsepower boxer twin in it, and then later we're going to be taking out one of these, which is the RS version. I think the best way to describe this bike, it's like the S1000R, which has the S1000RR engine in it. It's like that, but with the GS engine in it, if you like. So the styling of the bike, I'm guessing, I haven't ridden it yet, but the ride of the bike is probably a bit like the S1000R, but with a more sort of torquey, maybe a better road going engine. You know, this fantastic 1254cc boxer twin. So initial impressions, you know, as most of you will know, I'm 6'2", about 20 stone. Now the bike feels comfortable. The seat feels quite low, and the pegs feel sort of moderately high, I would say, actually. Bars are nice and high, sort of swept back a little bit. You know, I'm not leaning forward, I'm actually set directly upright. It's not a sporty naked position. I'd say it's more of a sort of comfortable naked position. It doesn't feel like you've got any weight over the front wheel, which on the S1000 single R you very much have got weight over the front wheel, because that's got like flat bars. So straight away it's not trying to be as sporty as the S1000R. I thought this could be like the boxer equivalent of the S1000R, but even the riding position is not a sports focused. So this is a bit more sit up and beg. Every time I come to Spain I'm like, why don't I move to Spain? It is biking Nevada. A few specs for you. It's a 1254cc engine, 136 horsepower, so actually pretty you know, quite powerful, and 139, I believe, newton meters of torque, so really rather torquey as well. You know, red lines at 9,000 RPM, so you know, it's all about the drive, it's all about the torque, this engine. You know, you rev it and you know, it doesn't have much at the top, it's all about the bottom end and the pull. You know, so use the torque, keep it in a higher gear, pull it through. It weighs 239 kilos, so that's fully fueled, 18 litre tank. So it's not the lightest bike out there, and it's certainly way heavier than the S1000R. I want some proper twisty action. I want some proper hoonage on this ride. I want to be throwing this thing around. I've got my leathers on, I've got my knee sliders on. You know, bit of knee down action. I don't know if the cylinders were touched down before my knees. Don't know, we'll have to see in a minute. Yeah, quick shifter is a little bit, even at low revs, you know, it's a little bit lungy. You know, it's always been a bit like that. Flipper's pretty good, but the quick shifter is a little bit lungy. I mean, it's the gearbox on this bike, I guess, is the, I'll say, the weak point, but it takes a little bit of working round, you know. As I said, it's not the slickest of boxes. Oh yes, it's amazing how quick this bike steers. You know, 239 kilos, and because that weight is so low, it's effortless to change direction. It doesn't even feel like you're giving any sort of counter steering on the bars. You know, that engine weight is so low in the bike, it just tips in really rather nicely. Look at the view, look at that. You know, you can definitely have fun on this. Now, it's a big comfortable sort of cruiser, naked cruiser, but then it's got that, you know, it's got that agility. Surprisingly, it's got that agility, which you really might not expect it to. I think there's never been a prime example of a bike not to dismiss a bike because of the stats. You know, don't dismiss this bike because it weighs 240 kilos and think that's too heavy. It's, you know, it's not going to handle. I'm not going to be able to have fun on it. You absolutely can. Yeehaw! More stunning views. I think we're following this coastline and then we're heading north to the Almeria circuit. So we're following along this coast, head north, and then we can stop at Almeria circuit and swap bikes over. But look at the colour of the ocean. Look at the colour of the ocean. 22 degrees, perfect riding weather. Here we go. God, that change of direction is beautiful. The GS is great for flopping through some twisties. Just imagine what this is like with proper 17-inch front wheel and all of that. Weight low down, extra grip, reasonable tyres. Woo! Got it carried away there. What a thing this is. Oh, and these roads. Bloody roads are amazing. The seat is nice and comfortable, nice and wide. Now that feels nice on my body. I can feel like the pillion seat, you know, initially behind me. So you know, you've maybe not got that much room to move back and forward, but I think you've got some, you know, some decent width, some decent padding in it. Feels reasonably comfortable. And, you know, I like the way the knees fit against the tank. Now you can hang off. Fourth gear, 2,000 revs. So much drive it's got. Ready? It's instant from 2,000, and then sort of 4 grand it goes bananas. Absolute hoon monster. A little bit of rear wheel lockage there. But it's just that drive from this engine, out the corners. That's 4th gear. You know, you don't need to be on the gears all up and down all the time. You know, you can probably just leave it in 3rd. It's definitely a bike you can ride lazy, you know. You can just ride lazy and use that torque. That torque's really low down that rev range. Ride the wave of torque out of all the bends. It's a nice way of riding. Fist pump, fist. Come on, we can sort this. Douche. Fist pump action. This lady in front is Katie. She is a professional stunt woman. She does all sort of bike stunts for movies. She's just recorded the latest Indiana Jones. Apparently has got some stunts in, and she was involved in that. She stunt doubles for Cameron Diaz, and I think she's on the register. No, not that register. To be on the stunt register, and to be on the stunt register you've got to be a specialist in certain disciplines. So she's a black belt in, I don't know, something, martial arts of some sort. You've got to have, you know, all these other skills, some sort of driving accreditation and all of this, you know, to be on the register as a professional stunt woman. So yeah, she's along for the ride. She looks great on the bike. She looks like she's going fast even when she's not. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This fella in front, in the Alpine Star suit, he's a professional mountain bike racer. So again, I'll pop a link to his socials, but he's a professional bicyclist. Alec, we're going to have to take you in a minute, sir. So we can see a bit of clear road. And in front now we have Dr. Alex George, real doctor, was on Love Island season 3 I think, does a load of, you know, really promotes mental health issues and stuff. He's a really nice fella. He's actually just bought a Fireblade, and he's been talking to each other on Instagram for the last couple of months really, watches a lot of my videos. And when I put that post up about Mrs. Chops and her mental health, you know, he sort of contacted me and said, you know, thanks for mentioning that, you know, making awareness for people, you know, it's absolutely brilliant. And yeah, he's a really nice fella. So he just bought an 09 blade, and we're going to do go a little bit of a ride out and at some point, because I love an 09 blade as well, so I quite fancy a little go on that. Full Repsol jobby. But yeah, there's Dr. Alex. Well, hey! I'm really impressed with how it handles. I knew it'd be good. I knew it'd be good. I wasn't put off by the 240 kilos of weight, you know. It's so low on this machine, as I've said. What's going on back there? But you know, it's great around those twisties like that. You can really hustle it. In front now we have Timothy Rhodes. Most of you may know him from Rhodes Rides Bikes, I think his channel's called. Lovely fella. He's a lovely fella. He used to do work on Drive Tribe. You know, he knows the Three Amigos quite well. But I don't think Clarkson so much, but James May he knows quite well. Yeah, if you haven't seen any of Tim's videos, he's a very amusing man. So subscribe to his channel. I'll put links to his channel. And then in front of Tim we've got Moto Robert, which you probably are aware of his channel, Motor Bob. That's the photos done. Just done a few passes up and down this road. And yeah, this is a bike I've actually never tried before, and I think, you know, that's because everyone sort of overlooks this bike a little bit. They think, you know, if they want a sporty naked, they get the S1000R. If they want a more retro-y naked, they get the R9T, and people sort of forget about the R version. You know, this is like the R9T, but with all the tech. You know, you've got the full dash, you've got the electronic suspension, you've got all of the tech. The R9T is it's a beautiful bike, and obviously it's air cooled, it's less power than this machine. You know, it's more retro, but this is like a modern naked. You know, not as nimble, not as sporty as the S1000R, or the M1000R as well. You know, you're much more over the nose on that bike. You are set back a bit more on this bike, but this is still fantastic. Changes direction beautifully because of that engine setup. Suspension's great. You may be a little bit of lack of feedback from the tarmac would be my only sort of criticism around the handling, but that makes a very nice, you know, very nice road bike, and a very comfortable road bike. But I might be being a bit harsh there, because I can feel a bit of the tarmac texture here, but not masses of it, you know. You get much more on the S1000R, and I think that's just due to the extra weight and the extra support from the suspension to carry that weight. But you know, all said and done, it is still a fantastic machine. I love the power, and I love the power delivery with this engine as well. So yeah, don't forget about the R model. If you're looking for a sporty naked, do not forget about the R model, because this is actually very, very good. It's so nice to be out on some hot, dry, sticky tarmac. A little bit dirty, the roads, but it's so nice to be out flying around the mountains and no cars. Oh, this is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. So there we go. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like, and I will see you on the next one. I will be on the RS version of this bike in a couple of weeks' time. We're going to record the video in a minute, but I'm going to space the videos out a little bit, because it's going to be quite similar to this. So if you like the sound of that, I'll give you my full feedback on the RS in a few weeks' time. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you on the next one.